Hello, this is JC De Guzman for our daily top 5 gainers and top 5 losers analysis. This is for July 25, 2019. First off, I apologize that I wasn't able to upload this yesterday due to some technical concerns trying to load up some charts on, uh, on our source. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to still mention to you my analysis, of course, as usual, and together with my overall sentiment and recommendation. But I'm not going to discuss anymore yesterday's trade and volume distribution and true market sentiment because, for obvious reasons, they are irrelevant anymore. Nonetheless, I would still, I will still post or publish yesterday's trade and volume distribution and true market sentiment chart for what it's worth in the respective thread of this video in our private clients forum. So what we're going to do is that I'm going to ask one of my staff to publish the latest TVD and TMS charts of these 10 stocks in the private clients forum, plus the TVD and TMS charts of the prevailing top 5 gainers and top 5 losers for July 26. So we're going to do all of that. So now let's begin. Let's take a look at BDO. BDO is currently trading at 147.5. Support is at 140.8. Resistance is at 150. Let's move the chart a little bit to the bottom. It's at 157.2. That's your resistance level. I like the perfect bullish alignment of the 3 simple moving averages of BDO. However, our 10 SMACD combo has already been invalidated this morning. Okay, and yesterday, foreign investors registered a net foreign buying worth 75 million pesos. RSI is downward sloping towards the neutral level, and the risk level of BDO remains low. While the upward momentum remains very high, I'd like to mention that the positive DMI is already downward sloping as well. So my recommendation is that you respect your trailing stop loss. And by the way, all of these conversations that we're going to have or that you will hear in this video is geared for short-term trading purposes. Don't get confused. Yes, you are seeing index companies right now, and you're going to hear a lot of them in this video. But everything is meant for short-term trading purposes, not for long-term investing, even though we're talking about index companies. Okay? So now, my overall sentiment for BDO remains bullish in the short term. Nonetheless, I would advise you that you respect your trailing stop loss once it gets hit. If you are planning to enter a new position, I advise that you wait for the 4-point criteria to become present. Okay, our 4-point criteria. And preferably for our 10 SMACD combo to be revalidated before you decide to enter a new position. Okay? For those who have had BDO for short-term trading purposes, I advise that you hold your position, don't top up, and of course, hold your position if it's still trading above your trailing stop loss. Okay? I'm still bullish on BDO, but with some caveat, with some reminders depending on whether you already have it or you are yet to have it. Next, we have SM Investments Corporation. It is currently trading at 1,004. Support is at 922.5. Resistance is at 1,016.3. Our 10 SMACD combo is still valid. The fantastic first signals are our 4-point criteria are present. And by the way, I'd like to change this terminology that I have coined from fantastic first signals to something more professional, something that's aligned to my personality. That fantastic first signal one sounds comical, or I don't know. But let's call them upward momentum something. I'll just let you know in the forum whatever more formal terminology I have come up with. But for now, let's call them again as 4-point criteria. So going back, the 10 SMACD combo is valid, and the 4-point criteria are present for SM. Okay, so yesterday, foreign investors registered an outstanding 150, 158 million pesos worth of net foreign buying. RSI is still relatively distant from the classical overbought level. Risk level is still low. The upward momentum, although the positive DMI is hovering, the negative DMI, I would say that it's still far from reaching the confirmed strong upward momentum because ADX is still at 15 points. We prefer to see the ADX line ranging at least 25 points. Better if higher. Okay? So nonetheless, my overall sentiment for SM in the short term is bullish. Okay, I'm still bullish on SM. So if you still have SM, you can still top up within the dominant range. And if you are yet to have SM, of course, as always, calculate your reward to risk ratio first. Unless and until you are satisfied with your triple R, don't press the buy button. Even if the 10 smack the combo and the 4-point criteria are present. That's one extra process that you all have to go through if you are yet to enter a new position in any stock. Okay? I am bullish on SM. Next, we have GTCAP. So another index company. It's currently trading at 941. It seems to have met some pressure trying to continue its ascent above the resistance line at 962.7. Support is at, let me plot the support level somewhere here at 838.6 as a precursor to a deeper support level at 732.4. So RSI is still quite distant from the classical overbought level. Risk level is low. The upward momentum is still very high despite the appearance of the red candlestick this morning. Nonetheless, the alignment of the three simple moving averages is in a perfect bullish position. Our 10 SMACD combo is still present. It's just that the 4-point criteria are not all present this morning. So yesterday, net foreign, we saw a net foreign buying worth 63 million pesos. So that adds up to my bullish overall sentiment on GTCAP in the short term. So my overall sentiment for GTCAP is bullish in the short term. If you have had GTCAP for short-term trading, then you can go ahead and do a test buy. No, not test buy, but you can top up within the dominant range, provided, of course, if it's still trading above your trailing stop loss. Now, if you are yet to enter a new position, I suggest you postpone that plan until you see the 4-point criteria becoming present again. You have no problem with the 10 SMACD combo because it's still valid. All you have to wait for is the presence of the 4-point criteria. Okay? After GTCAP, we have RLC. RLC is currently trading at 28 pesos per share. Support is at 26.15. Resistance is at 28.5. Yesterday, foreign investors registered a net foreign buying worth 59 million pesos. This is another index company, by the way. The alignment of the three simple moving averages is in a perfect bullish alignment. The 10 SMACD combo is very valid. RSI is still far from the classical overbought level. The risk level remains low. Now, when it comes to the strength of the upward momentum, the positive DMI is already above the negative DMI, but the ADX line is still about 9 points, 8 to 9 points shy from giving RLC a confirmed strong upward momentum. So let's see if and when RLC breaks above 28.5. But even so, I think ADX won't still have a score of 26 points, even when RLC breaks above 28.5. Perhaps around 30 pesos per share. That's the time then when we might see the ADX line scoring at 25 points or higher. Nonetheless, my overall sentiment is obviously bullish on RLC. So if you have had RLC for short-term trading, my advice is that you can still top up within the dominant range, provided, again, if it's still trading above your trailing stop loss. Are you yet to enter a new position? Then you can go ahead and do a test buy, but don't forget, you have to calculate your reward to risk ratio first. If you are satisfied with your triple R, then go ahead and do a test buy within the dominant range. Okay. After RLC, we have PLDT or TEL. TEL is currently trading at 1,146 pesos per share. Support is at 1,103. Resistance is near 1,203. Foreign investors registered a net foreign selling worth 13 million pesos yesterday. They're starting to, actually foreign investors have already been showing some lack of appetite in investing on PLDT for the past few weeks already. Okay. Obviously, our tennis MACD combo is already invalidated. RSI is downward sloping, pointing towards the classical oversold level, but not yet there. Risk level remains low, and the downward momentum is about to reach a very strong downward momentum category. It's about 4 points shy from reaching that level. Okay, so, and by the way, our 4-point criteria are also absent on PLDT's price action this Friday morning. So my overall sentiment for PLDT is bearish. And I'm not going to give any piece of advice for those who may still have PLDT, because by now you should have already executed your trailing stop loss. Okay? And if you're going to tell me that you still have it by now, it's either you bought it even without the presence of our buy signals, or you disrespected your trailing stop loss. And if either of the two is your situation, then the only logical option for you is to really capture loss. Okay? Capture loss. Now, are you planning to enter a new position? Not yet. There are no buy signals. Wait for the revalidation of our tennis MACD combo and for the appearance of our 4-point criteria. I am bearish on PLDT. Okay, next we got JFC. JFC is currently trading at 247.4. It managed to rebound from the immediate support at 242.3. Resistance is currently at 305.11, but actually for short-term trading purposes, I would plot the resistance somewhere at 272. Okay, that's your immediate resistance, 272. For support is at 242.3. Okay, yesterday foreign investors registered a net foreign selling worth 751 million pesos, a staggering 75 or 3/4 of a billion. Okay, now our tennis MACD combo is still invalid. Our tennis MACD combo is still invalid, but our 4-point criteria are already present on JFC. What does this mean? It seems that the support at 242.3 has been respected as a strong support level, and by the looks of it, investors are saying in a way that it's already too cheap to be ignored at 242. Okay, that's why they registered a green candlestick. So now RSI yesterday hit the classical oversold level. Perhaps that's another signal that they saw. That's why they registered the green candlestick today. For most of the investors yesterday, JFC is already too cheap to be ignored indeed. Okay, so there you go. Now, for those experienced traders who would like to preempt our tennis MACD combo, you can go ahead and do a test buy. Of course, even if you will calculate your reward to risk ratio, right now you will get an attractive one because the last candlestick is a lot closer to the immediate support than the resistance level. Therefore, you will get a better potential reward than your potential risk. So you can go ahead and do a test buy. You can preempt our tennis MACD combo. Okay? So I'm currently bullish on JFC right now based on its current price action. But as always, once you've entered a new position, or once you've done a test buy on JFC, make sure that you position your trailing stop loss. Also, don't forget that. Don't delay that. Okay, after JFC, I got ISM. ISM is currently trading at 5.33. Support is at 4.46. Resistance is at 5.56. Our tennis MACD combo is not yet valid. Okay, it's not yet valid, but let's see. Our 4-point criteria are already present on ISM. Okay, here. The downward momentum remains strong. Take note, the downward momentum is still strong. Risk level is low. RSI is still close to the classical oversold level but not yet inside that zone. Yesterday, foreign investors registered a net foreign selling worth 2.5 million pesos. In the short term, I'm still bearish on ISM. I'm not going to give any piece of advice for those who may still have it because just by simply looking at the chart for the past month or two, I'm sure that your trailing stop loss must have already been hit a long time ago. So I'll just give some advice for those who are planning to enter a new position. Take note, our 10 MACD combo is not yet valid, but if you'd like to preempt it simply because our 4-point criteria are present, make sure that you do it only if you are an experienced and disciplined trader. Okay? Do it within the dominant range. I'm going to ask one of my staff to publish the true market sentiment and TVD charts of these 10 stocks in our private clients forum. I am still bearish on ISM, by the way. Okay, even though the 4-point criteria are present. Next, we have Tech. Tech is currently trading at 16.72. It seems that it's respecting the support at 15.85, but we'll see. We'll see later. The battle has just started for the last trading day of the week. Resistance is at... Okay, let me plot a resistance somewhere here. Here at 20.60 in confluence with a 78.6% retracement of the down Fibonacci. Okay, there goes your resistance, 20.6. Support is at 15.85. Our 10 MACD combo is not yet valid, but our fantastic four signals are not yet all present as well. It's particularly the volume. It's not yet at least 50% of the stock's 10-day volume average. I think it's only at about roughly 10% of Tech's 10-day volume average. RSI is close to the classical oversold level, so there are still some attempts to respect the support level at 15.85, but we'll see. I'm saying we'll see because once these hopefuls got tired of supporting or got tired of respecting the support at 15.85, they might switch stance from trying to hold it to releasing their shares, meaning to say sell down. So be in a wait and see mode. Don't enter a new position yet. That's what I'm trying to say. The downward momentum is still very strong. FYI to that, it's still very strong. Risk level is moderate. I'm still bearish on Tech. Don't enter a new position. If you have it, but I don't think you should, some of you have it because I don't think you should have it because there are no buy signals. Even in the past 2 weeks or so, I did not see a buy signal on Tech. I'm bearish on it. Next is MRC. MRC is currently trading at 0.345. Support is at 0.3. Resistance is at 0.37. Our 10 MACD combo is invalid. It's still invalid. Our 4-point criteria are not all present. RSI is in the neutral level. Risk level is moderate. There seems to be a bearish convergence, between the positive and the negative DMI. Okay, take note that RSI inched a little bit close to the classical overbought level. When was that? Last week or this week? I think, last July 23rd. That's why profit taking became the dominant sentiment when the price touched 0.37, okay, for MRC. So by now, by the looks of the current price action, I'm still bearish on MRC. I don't suggest entering a new position because our 10 SMACD combo is not yet present. And even though you would like to preempt your 10 SMACD combo, take note that the 4-point criteria are not all present. So you have no data-driven reason to preempt your 10 SMACD combo. Simply put, I am bearish on MRC. Last in our video is ABS-CBN. If you still remember one of my previous videos, I said that profit taking could happen once the price touches 19.3, and look where ABS is right now, right? So it happened. Our data-driven forecast happened. It was translated into reality. It's currently trading at 18.3. Support is at 16.9. Resistance is at 19.32 or 19.3. Our 10 SMACD combo is still present, but the 4-point criteria are obviously not all present, or all 4-point criteria or all 4 points are absent in this case. Okay, RSI is pointing towards the southward direction. Risk level is moderate, and I'm not yet convinced by this strong upward momentum because the pull-up of the gravity seems to be high, that ABS did not manage to continue its ascent above the resistance at 19.3. I'm still bearish on ABS-CBN. Okay, would you like to hear some news? Although I don't check on news because everything is already factored in on the chart, but to let you know, there are still no solid positive catalysts about the renewal of the franchise of ABS-CBN, and that's the reason why the appetite to continue the ascent above 19.3 was not sustained. So it's really just meant for short-term trading. That's why it's now going towards the bottom again. So I am bearish on ABS-CBN. Stay away from ABS. Take a look at some other stocks for now. There you go for our top 5 gainers and top 5 losers analysis for July 25. Please wait for our staff to publish the latest, the intraday true market sentiment and trade volume distribution charts of these 10 stocks in our private clients forum. And around recess, we will also publish the TVD and TMS charts of the prevailing top 5 gainers and top 5 losers analysis in advance. So expect 2 major updates for short-term trading purposes this day. One this morning and the other one during recess. Again, my name is JC De Guzman, and I'm going to see those of you who are from Davao tomorrow for the evergreen strategy in trading the Philippine stock market. Okay? Thank you, and have a profitable and disciplined last trading day of the week today. Bye for now.